Hey guys, Gamer of Gamers in the Zone, and welcome to another episode of Epic Battle Fantasy 3. In the last episode, I had a bit of trouble going up against the boss, mainly because I was a little bit underleveled. So this episode, I've gone from level 24 to level 26 in preparations for this episode. I've also taken the time to get my hands on the materials needed to max out all of up to level 5 for all of the gear that my party has equipped. So by doing that, I should not need to worry anymore about attack or defense in terms of the gear. And I do know for a fact that this is the gear I want my party to have equipped for the rest of the game. So that being said, let's go ahead and no, not save our progress. In terms of skills, we've acquired well, I'm not sure if we've acquired a couple new skills. We definitely have Power Metal for Matt now. That's definitely one that he's now gotten his hands on. I've definitely gone for higher stats for some of the other abilities party members have. So by having some more power in some of these, it should make these fights more manageable. Starting, of course, with the Protector. So, like always, I'm going to start out the fight by just focusing all out on getting the defenses up, because I have no idea what might come at us for the start of the fight. And just go straight to airstrike and immediately try to take out that Holy Rune, because out of all the times you could have missed, that was the worst possible. You gotta be joking right now. It's already about to unleash a powerful attack. Alright. Dispel it. And by dispelling it, I shouldn't have to worry about that anymore. Let's go ahead and prepare a slime bunny. And did Natalie's attack go down? Alright, well anyway, let's continue to try taking out that Holy Rune. Because if that thing does any sort of stat buffs or anything, we'll be in trouble. Yeah, so you can see that this is definitely more manageable, because now I can withstand some more attacks. So let's get the slime bunny up. And then let's have Matt prepare another protection spell. And then I'm going to have Lance keep trying to bomb the Holy Rune. Okay, the Holy Rune's down. So now we just need to focus on 1, being healed, and 2, getting our defenses back up. So let's have Natalie cast another barrier. And now we can start working on some of these other runes. Starting with that Bolt Rune, since like before, the Bolt Rune has the chance of taking us down, so I would like to take it down before it takes us down. Then why don't we go ahead and start getting some stuff activated here, now that that's out of the way. Starting with, go ahead and activate Screamer. Not entirely sure if that was the best move, because that basically risks the possibility of that rune. Okay, no, it didn't take us down. Good. I'm gonna have Matt keep casting Screamer on these guys, and there go the 2 runes already. That was much quicker than I expected. Go ahead and cast something to take that down, to make sure that can't do anything. That just now leaves the Protector, which, okay, Water, Bomb, and Thunder is its weaknesses. So let's nail it down with some Thunderbolts. Oh, yeah. I believe, yeah, the outfit Lance has, whenever it's at full, its max level, it'll straight up have the chance of casting Airstrike automatically, which is extremely useful for a fight like this, especially for a boss that's weak to bombs. So let's keep firing the airstrikes on it and see how we do. it's charging up another one of those blasts. So I'm gonna have Natalie, or no, Lance cast Dispel. Have Natalie get the barrier up. And then I'm gonna have Lance focus towards unloading this turn. Because he needs to get some of his XP back. Now, was that more or less? That's the real question now. Alright, few runes. Luckily we didn't get stunned. And, of course, whipping out that annoying regen. Yeah, let's quick take that guy down before we continue. So, actually, let's have Lance cast Oblivion. So we can quick wipe them all out. Come on, take him out. Is this thing weak to lightning? Well, it's not, but let's, to not take any chances, cast Pulsar. That should take it down quickly. And that thing's gonna blow up. Alright. There we go. Saw that coming. Luckily it wasn't anything deadly. So let's go ahead and get some healing going with stuff like the Slime Bunny. That wasn't a lot of health though, so for safety precautions, I'm going to show you guys what Power Metal does, because I believe this guy, well, doesn't have a resistance to this attack. Power Metal plays some music, heals you a bit, and deals a bit of wind damage to your enemies. So that can be pretty useful within some circumstances. Now, when I shot it, okay, 42 is how much MP this uses, so it does kind of progressively get his health back up. Now, in terms of our general safety, let's for now keep attacking him. Let's cast another Airstrike, because Airstrikes do some pretty good damage, and it's charging up another blast. Also, okay, this turn, I'm gonna have Lance use an Ice Cream on Matt, because Matt's out of MP. Have Matt cast Dispel to weaken that thing's magic attack power, and then have Natalie put up the barrier. What kind of attack was that? It, like, casted both lightning as well as, like... Oh my goodness, what was that? Also, we somehow got lucky and it didn't dispel us. Okay, Natalie's out for this turn. So why don't we focus towards, let's see here, water, wind, poison. I think I'm just gonna have Lance continue to cast airstrikes. So those are really powerful and deal moderate damage to the burns. So the birds can't really do much to us. The only real danger would be if they manage to stun one of us, which I'm not that much worried about that at the moment. So let's cast a Screamer. And I'm thinking, let's have Natalie cast a Blessing on Lance to increase the power in his airstrikes. By doing that, we can deal some massive damage these next few turns. Oh, he's charging up another one of those? Alright, then, let's go ahead and cast a Dispel. And then have Natalie bring the barrier up. Then, why don't we have Lance? I forgot what I wanted Lance to do. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead, cast another airstrike, and of course that misses. Oh my goodness, okay. Alright, we still got this, so I'm gonna cast the Regen Bunny. And then why don't we have, for this turn, have Matt cast Power Metal. It does use up a lot of MP, but it is still useful. And go ahead and Let's go after the Bolt Rune, because the Bolt Rune has the slight chance of stunning us. There we go. Go with the Mob. And that attack is dealing much more damage than I remember it dealing. Anyway, our protection's down to 50. However, I think we'll want to focus this turn towards other forms of healing our MP. So let's focus this turn getting Lance's MP up. Because I want to make sure he keeps casting the air strikes. Let's go for the Rock Rune this turn. Missile. I know they're missiles, but they shouldn't be missing my enemies like that. What was that? Alright, well anyway. We'll prepare some more spells. Why don't we have Natalie focus this turn towards... Okay, Natalie can't do anything there. So why don't we have Natalie... just go ahead and cast some electric attacks on the Protector, because we're getting pretty close to taking him out. Alright, I'd say just about one more airstrike should do it. So let's focus our remaining turns towards taking out the Protector, since he has little to no health remaining. So, do we have enough MP for... Okay, no we don't. We have enough for Fright, but not enough for a direct attack. But that should be enough for this next attack to finish it off. There we go. Alright, wipe out the remaining enemies, and we can be done here. Natalie doesn't have any wind spells. So for now, let's just focus on widespread attacks, like Pulsar. And we should have this. Alright, wind attacks. Let's go with Shockwave. That's a pretty good... Oh, come on. Are you serious? How is our accuracy so low right now? Alright, let's cast a Star Shower. I don't know if I showed that attack off before, so I just wanted to take some time to show that off. Alright, let's try another Shockwave. Shouldn't miss this time. There we go. That's a lot of treasure. Better not be full of pots and pans. I'm surprised we got past that mech. It had more powerful engines than even my Valkyrie tank, a technology that was lost millennia ago. Troubling that such a thing should be found here. Yeah, interesting. How vast was their technology if there was that there? Lots of useful upgrades over here. And that is all the treasure, right? Because I know there are medals for like obtaining every treasure chest. So I wonder, why is it that we haven't found all the chests here yet? Because I was sure that... Oh wait, I see them. I missed these ones over here. Okay. Achievement unlocked, Ancient Treasure. With that, we can now advance to the next area. With supreme pain and effort, the trio made it through the complex puzzles and labyrinths of the Kitten Kingdom ruins. They were not suited to using their brains to such an extent. They were impressed by the technology of the ancients, plain rocks that would float through the air and fire unto them gigantic particle beams, capable of melting any armor. The source of such technology still remains a mystery to everyone but No Legs the Cat, who would gladly explain if he could speak. Oh dear. Beyond the ruins, the ground began to slope steeply. Few adventurers would wander this far. Only the most skilled warriors carried on. Regardless, they finally made it to Volcano Peak, the destination of their journey, where the ancient deity Akron was buried for thousands of years ago, and has now returned to incur untold disasters. The end of their journey was drawing near. Within this area, we have the last few remaining side quests. Well, I don't know if it's directly in this area or not, but nonetheless, let's see what these guys have to say. My entire party was sucked into the darkness. Oh, it was terrible. I heard their screams of agony and fled. I warn you not to go into the darkness. Me and my men could use some new equipment. I'll be rewarding the first to bring us some shields with a hefty prize. Cheers. Captain Targold says that we're the only ones experienced enough to take out Akron, but I'm not sure about that. Scholars say he's immortal, as he lives by consuming the souls of those who challenge him. Wait, did I get the second dialogue from this guy? I think I might have been somewhat affected also. I feel rather... Wait a minute. What does he say? Sucked into darkness. Fled, not to go into the darkness. Think it might have been somewhat affected too. I feel rather weaker than... Oh, just like us at the start of the game. Okay. The Dark Lord Akron was sealed away in this volcano. We haven't quite found the exact spot yet. After the recent eruption, there have been rivers of lava slowing our progress. I suspect that that might be a sign of his resurrection. Someone's gonna have to take him out again, or there'll be a disaster. Okay. Captain Targold's... Okay. I also saw a massive dragon fly past earlier. Hope we don't run into that thing. I couldn't see it too well through the smoke, but I could have sworn it had 3 heads. Alright. Star powder. I need it. Alright. I've been hired to provide backup for these nights. I plan to seal the demon Akron when he is weakened. However, in order to do that, I need to collect a few items. Alright. Also, I see that chest behind you. Also, one last tent over here. Uh-oh, looks like someone forgot to lock their tent again. When will you stop stealing? But it's starting to tempt me now. Give it a go. You know you want to. Alright, just this once. Alright, mainly a few useful healing items. Alright, moving on. The volcano area. My request to you is that if you have any on you, to make sure you have some high-level dark protection. Although the ninja cloak is pretty bad, so I wouldn't recommend the ninja gear. But I do believe that some gear that can get upgraded can have some high-level dark protection. I know there's a setup for Lance. As for Natalie, I know for a fact that her setup already has 100% dark resistance. I don't know if there is anything that can give her dark resistance. Maybe, let's see, does she have a staff that maybe has some dark resistance? I'm not seeing any, but I think there was one at one point. Because I know it's possible to get her dark resistance high enough that, to the point that, like, dark attacks heal her. And we're gonna want that. And for good reason, because what we'll be going up against here, we'll be going up against enemies with lots of dark attacks. My request, take the time to get your stats well buffed and be properly prepared for these fights, because we've got a lot of fights coming up here, as you can see right over here. So let's scan the dark bush. A timid creature well hidden under the ash. Type sooty shrub. So yeah, we'll want to act quickly with this, because some of these guys can be pretty tough. Especially if you don't know what you're doing. Cast the regen. Then And once again, keep having land scan new enemies. We have the red slime back here. Red slime, volcano ceiling slime, fiery variety of the common slime, immune to magical damage. Weaknesses, water, poison, holy. Okay, so those are the weaknesses it has. So let's go ahead then and cast... Let's focus towards those fire elementals. I believe they should be weak to ice magic, I'm pretty sure. Well, that's not magic, that's an ice attack. I always forget what that, like, means, a Bushido kind of thing. I always forget. Oh, no, not Berserk. The Berserk is kind of one of the bad status effects, in my opinion, because they cause you to just cast a regular attack. And while they can be useful in some ways, in other ways, they basically make it to where you can't use any of your special attacks. So if there was a specific attack you were wanting to do, you can't do it anymore because you went berserk. Alright, so everyone's been scanned now. So I am going to go ahead and just poison everyone. Because, yeah, one extremely useful way you can take all of these guys out is just by poisoning them all. I'll tell you, poison will be another thing that will be really helpful at this point in the game. Okay, we gotta take out those fire elementals quickly. Oh, well, I had some protection at least. Alright, there go the other enemies. Wait, does the slime have resistance to poison? Or did it not get poisoned? Alright, that should poison them. And then let's make sure we remain high on the defense. So let's make sure we're able to keep healing. Water, wind, and ice. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and use Flare to lower their accuracy. Ha! You see, by having their accuracy lowered, there's less of a chance that they'll kill us. I am certain that it doesn't mention anything about having a resistance to poison. So why is it that it always seems like we don't actually have... we're not actually dealing damage to it or something? I'm just getting kind of confused by this. Alright, let's get regular defense up so that way Lance doesn't keep taking a lot of damage. Wait. Alright. This should take out the fire elementals quickly. And some attacks are straight up healing Lance. So we won't have to worry about Lance going down. I swear, because, like, it says that the red slime is weak to poison attacks, so why aren't poison attacks harming it? Alright, and then, okay. Let's just go with a shockwave. That should at least deal some decent damage. So I shouldn't be having this much enemy on a basic slime enemy. I know I've seen some stuff where the slime is like super tough. Oh, that's right, the slime is weak, or immune to magic attacks, that's right. So my best option then would be to just keep casting the regular stuff. Or attacks that like focus specifically on taking this slime down. So let's go ahead and have Lance unload on the red slime. Okay, that was a little bit excessive, but we got him. Alright, and then water, wind, ice. So let's finish them off with some ice attacks. Oh, did Matt never level up back from the previous boss? So I thought for sure that he leveled up. But yeah, still a lot of stuff for us to pick up. That reminds me, one thing I want to quick do before moving forward is I want to go and pick these orbs back up. Now you may question why I'd want to pick these up when, like, it blocks the way forward. Well, it technically doesn't, because we're able to go back here and use this crystal to teleport over to the other side of the door now that this is activated. And this is important because I believe there is something up ahead that requires us to use these orbs. And you'll see what I mean when we get to it. We've got a variety of enemies over here. Let's see, there are 2 waves of enemies here. One of which we've already scanned. Let's scan these bug enemies. The Dark Moth. Similar to the other... It doesn't say if it's weak to poison, so like before, I'm just gonna have some poison attacks unleashed on the dark bushes, so we can have them taken out quickly. Don't know what's in the second wave, though. Oh, that drastically decreased defense. Alright, now I'm gonna have Lance poison these guys. Lots of enemies in this area are very weak to poison, so poison is like your best friend in this, like, in this last part of the game. Poison and having plenty of dark protection. Yeah, there we go. Poison deals good damage. Nothing on this one over here. Alright, that should deal with them. If that doesn't, I still have, these guys are easy, so I shouldn't need to worry about them. Alright, there we go. And this is mostly just just the same old, same old. They're all weak to thunder, though, so I should easily be able to take these guys out using thunder moves. So let's just zap them down. Lance, I'm gonna have him focus on... Let's actually have him use Plasma Wave, since that'll deal damage to all. And then I'm gonna have to think carefully about what I want to use next. Wind... They're mostly weak to wind attacks, so let's cast Power Metal. That took them all down, wow, except that did not drop very much XP. Wow, what a mess. It wasn't this bad when we were here earlier, right? Not at all. Everything was a lot less, melted. Surprised that many monsters survived that blast. And we have death over here that says nothing. It may not look it, but, death here actually is our final guard that's blocking one last metal required area. Basically, while he doesn't say anything, basically, death will not go away here, so we can enter this final area until we collect every metal in the game, and that includes all of these secret metals right here. So I'll definitely be taking some time offline to remember what exactly it took to get some of these metals to work, because some of these metals are kind of hard to find. So I may even go as far as to use a guide for some of them, because, oh boy, I remember these guys being pretty tough. These guys are the Rock Eaters. A giant tortoise can perform an immensely damaging forward flip. I'd prefer that we not go up against some of these guys, because we're pretty powerful as is. I'll probably definitely, once again, be taking the time to do some grinding offline, because that's always useful. Anyway, we have some robots over here. 404 AI. Boost. Trapper. File not found. Shutting down. I am error. Duty to defend position from hostiles. Stay back or be engaged. Don't worry, they won't actually attack you. Duty to uncover and extract ruby or intel. Carrier arrives. Huge slab obstructing orientation. Unable to penetrate. Next, operation to load ore onto containment vessel. I paid out a lot of money for these robots, but they're hardly managing to get any work done at all. Some explosives should help speed up this mining operation. Oh, looks like it should blow away quite a chunk of mountain. Here's a sample of what we found in return. Thank you. I'm gonna grab as many diamonds as I can, ditch these robots, and get out of here before the lava river spreads downhill. Looks like despite all the problems around here, there's still some money to be made off rare stones. We'll be finding some treasures for ourselves too, I'm sure. Does this gate look familiar to you guys? Nope. Nah. Couple of enemies to deal with over here, such as these enemies that, like always, have the poison weakness. So they should be a walk in the park. Of course, I'm going to have Matt focus on some widespread attacking, because, yeah, if they're immune to magical damage, I'm going to have some trouble. Like, let me just double check to make sure that they actually are immune to... Yeah, they're immune to magical damage. And that's going to be a bit of a problem if the poison is... Am I looking at that correctly? How much damage did that just do? I'm gonna real quickly here get Natalie back up and running. Why don't we, for now, boost our defenses to make sure nothing like that happens again? Because I was not expecting that to happen. That's the first time in this video that we've even died. I mean, last time we were dying a lot to the boss, but now, like, everything else is just a walk in the park. Alright, water, poison, and holy are our best attacks. So, also direct physical attacks are also good options. So, let's cast and unload on this slime over here. That was some good damage right there. And then cast Legend on this guy. That deals good damage there. And that means that the only way Natalie can deal damage to these guys is from attacking with her staff, which her regular attacks with her staff deal little to no damage. So we might have a problem doing that. Nonetheless, one last attack should do it on these guys. There we go. Well, that was very weak. Fairly weak, but I did it for the sake of getting that chest, which was worth it. Alright. But it seems we once again have some more enemies to deal with here. And oh dear, we got one of those guys. Let's, like always, get our defenses up and prepare for battle. Alright, so I believe, if I remember correctly, these guys are weak to... Okay, these guys are weak to dark, thunder, wind attacks. Okay, these guys have very different weaknesses. So my best option probably here is to just cast some dark attacks directly on the mages. Also, why did I go for that one when I could have probably killed that one? Okay. We'll want to make sure we cast the Slime Bunny, because the Slime Bunny will probably be useful here. Alright, like always, we'll have Lance keep casting dark attacks. Or, what I do instead is have Lance cast Screamer, taking them down, and then I'll cast an Airstrike on the Rock Eater. If the... Oh, of course it's only a one attack. And oh, that's the heavy attack. Yeah, figures. And of course it was on Natalie, who was the only one not at full health. Anyway, my best option here is to just keep having Lance cast airstrikes. There we go. Now it goes down. Anyway, this enemy is currently weak to holy attacks. So let's cast some Judgment to deal with them. And oh dear! We have got quite the nightmare on our hands. So let's go ahead and just have Lance, or Matt, defend this turn. Because we gotta deal with 2 blasts from 2 ancient monoliths. And they took us down rather quickly right there. I was not expecting them to take us down that quickly. So, how do I do this? Let's for now just cast that. And then, despite my reluctance to use this, I'm gonna have Natalie cast her limit break, and then have Lance use his limit break, because I'm not a fan of these monoliths. I'm sure no one is. So let's take these guys down quickly, just so I don't have to deal with... Oh, I forgot these monoliths heal as well. Alright, new plan. These guys aren't immune to siphoning, right? Stat resistance. Oh no, they are immune to siphoning. Okay, that's gonna be a bit of a problem, because if they're immune to siphoning, then that means I'm gonna have to just try and take these guys down as quickly as possible. So my best option would be to continue to try and weaken their magic defense, and then quickly take them down with ice and bomb attacks. So for now, this is my best way to take them down. Almost there. Don't heal, please. Okay, stat buffs. I'm okay with that, because they're almost down anyway. Alright. Matt will cast Fright. And then Natalie. This last ice shard should finish them. Okay, there we go. Those monoliths are always quite tough, aren't they? Alright, and with that... we now have access to this area. This is why I wanted to get my hands on these orbs. Because now, we can take them and get to the treasure up here. Ooh, dark matter. Undetectable yet holds the universe together. Officer code. Equipment. Achievement unlocked Equip Master. Okay. That'll be neat. That's all we have in here. So, I'll take these back one last time in case we need them again. And moving on, we can move over this way. Oh boy, it's still erupting? We sure woke up quite the monster. Better put an end to this before the whole region of this planet is covered in molten lava. It's like the very Earth is rejecting its presence here. Kind of worrying. Anyway, some more chests over here. Here's the last teleportation stone in the distance. We have a few enemies that we can take on over here. I'm probably just going to get the scan and not actually take them down, though. Okay, Dark Golem, Earth and Night. Gets weaker as it takes damage and loses limbs. Another fairly tough enemy, though, so I'm going to get out of here for now. So those look like some tough enemies. And, oh boy, I can see what's up ahead. I know what we're about to face, and I know for a fact that we are not gonna like this. Okay, I thought somewhere back here... Ah, I was right. The ninja skirt and some upgrade items. I remembered somewhere back here there was a chest that contained some upgrades, and sure enough, there it is. Is there anything up here? No, there's not. Okay. Make sure you save often here, because some of the enemies you go up against might be pretty tough. Matt, I don't think you'll be able to hit those ghosts with your sword skills. Lance is right about that, because if you give them a scan here, you'll see that these are the skull ghosts. Immune to physical damage, yet only cast spells. Type undead being. Has a lot of weaknesses, though, although poison does heal them, so this is one of the few enemies that you do not want to use poison on. Or poison attacks on. Because, yeah, they will go down rather easily. So, my best options are to utilize some of Matt's abilities, such as Screamer. I know Screamer technically heals them, but since they're still at full health, This does give me the opportunity to... Oh no, they can initiate Berserk. That could be a problem because we need Natalie still... Oh no. Alright, let's prepare a... prepare that. And then they're weak to fire attacks, so... Does that mean this will work on them? The bullet hell attack. Okay, it does hurt them since it does slightly count as magic attacks. Oh, that move. That thing has the chance of being an insta-kill move. So, okay, it didn't work that time, but yeah, that does have the chance of killing you, potentially. So you really want to be careful there. For now, though, I'm going to keep having... How much damage will Power Metal deal? Okay, not that much damage. So my next thing... The next thing I'm going to do is... Are these guys weak to siphoning? They're not. Okay, that changes things, because if these guys are weak to siphoning, that basically means they can't do anything to me if they're siphoned. So that'll be a useful exploit to know. And I'll keep casting Screamer for now, since that's the best move that Matt can deal for now, until we can do some more. So for now, why don't we get started with... How much damage would... Okay, Judgment is at 100. Firestorm's at 50. Let's use Firestorm for this, because that'll deal more long-term damage. And then cast Flame Burst. Go with the widespread. Take them all out at once. Also, I should do something about Lance eventually, because he has the Doom status effect, which, if not dealt with, could instantly kill him. Maybe I could have had Matt use up one of his turns to deal with that. Nonetheless, let's cast Flame Burst. Next turn, these guys should go down. I should think about having Lance healed up if the random med pack doesn't affect us here, which it doesn't. So I'm going to have Lance go ahead and cast Siphon on these guys again. Matt, you're going to use a Garlic on Lance to ensure that he doesn't die. And then, why don't we have Natalie actually focus this turn towards increasing magic attack? Because this is starting to take kind of a while now. Also, we got hit by another Doom. Alright, let's cast... What was it? Oh yeah, Bless Natalie. And then have Matt cast another Power Metal, leaving only one left. Now I have no idea what's coming up, so let's cast a Barrier at this time. Have Matt maybe get him some of his MP back. And then to top it all off, use Bullet Hell to try finish that guy off. And oh dear, we might be in trouble here. Oh, you kind of took out your own comrades there, buddy. Alright, well, first off, cast the Slime Bunny because we need it. And then get the protection spell up, because we're running a bit low on defense at the moment. And then I'm going to need a med pack to guarantee that Lance doesn't die here. Of course, vast majority of those attacks go to all the others and not Lance. Alright, oh yeah, this guy's immune to magical damage, so let's quickly have Lance shoot them down. then go for this guy, who I believe can easily be taken down with some poison attacks. Can't do much to me while I'm at high defense now, can ya? Alright, and with that, wind and ice, we can now wail away at him with some regular attacks. Water, wind, and ice attacks. And it's immune to siphoning, so that won't be able to do anything. So why don't we just focus all out on shooting it? Well, then again, Lance's attack is still... What was that? Good thing I have auto regen activated at the moment. And there he goes. With that, I can now reach this chest over here. And now we're about to go up against what has to be one of the tougher fights in this game. How's my bestiary looking? I want to make sure I find everything. Okay, red slime. I apparently missed an enemy over here. I'm not sure if that's a clay I missed. Oh, I know what that is. Okay. And I think I know what this is as well, so I shouldn't need to worry about that. I don't know what this is. I know what that is. There's something over here that we didn't get yet. So there's still a few unique enemies we haven't found yet. But I'm sure we'll get to them eventually. Over here. Make sure you save before this, and make sure you have high dark protection on it. Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to take the time to alter a few things. Most specifically, get this upgraded. The officer hat. This is the officer hat and the officer coat. This is the gear that Lance had back in the previous game, and does grant some dark protection. Because of that, I would like to take the time to get this all upgraded. Because the more we have this stuff upgraded, the better. Because while it doesn't seem necessary, considering the amount of power and what Lance has now, it is far superior to have Lance have the officer gear equipped. Which is pretty fitting with him going back to his look from the Epic Battle Fantasy 2 when we fought him. Something that I knew he gave up, but is something he's going to need again, because what we'll be going up against is actually going to be pretty tough. So I'm going to take some time offline to get ready here. We're at a pretty good stopping point anyway. Because, yeah, I know that this upcoming fight is going to be pretty tough. And, well, just stick around till the next episode to see what I mean, because, oh boy, we're in for the long haul. So that being said, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, this is the Gamer of Gamers, and stay excellent, everyone.